Fuck! Did you get what I asked for?
You're supposed to be taking it easy, remember? Getting help on how to deal with her death?
First I gotta figure out what happened to her, and then get the bastard that killed her behind bars.
Sergeant Cooper will be real thrilled to see how you follow direct orders. Or did you think he was only trying to get you off the case because you're a little too close to it?
You let me worry about Sarge. Is this all of it?
Everything I could find on the body and at the crime scene. But please keep this between us because I could lose my job for this and I can't afford unemployment.
Yes, of course. Did you find any connection between the bodies?
Only that they were all ripped apart. The only problem with that is that the amount of strength it would take to rip someone apart like that is beyond what any normal man could achieve, even with stimuli.
Is there any way the victims could have been killed other than by being mauled?
Well, in ancient cultures, there was this torture machine that they used, but it was called the rack, and there's no telling it would have the same effect today.
Okay. Thanks, Doc.
Just be careful and take care of yourself.
Hello, Miss Eliza Day.
Yes. Can I help you?
I'd like to discuss your blog with you. Can we meet up tomorrow at the university?
Sure. How about before my first class? 1 p.m., okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Detective Peter Williams. I'm looking into the death of a professor from this university.
Professor Strobeck?
Yes. I'd like to ask you a few questions about maybe what you've seen or heard, especially your theory on these murders. Did you know the professor?
Yeah, I had a course with her in my first year, and I was her TA for my second year.
What makes you think the police were lying?
When I was brought in for questioning, I overheard 2 officers say how bad she was ripped apart. And that they had never seen so much blood everywhere. Serial killers don't leave messes like that. It's too much chaos.
Is this where you come up with your supernatural theory?
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Professor Strobeck used to say that. If I were you, I would start looking at which species on Earth inflict wounds like the victims have.
Clever. Clever.
I'm afraid I've got to go.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Professor, wait up a sec. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple questions.
Late for class. If you want to walk with me, I can answer them for you.
Yes, of course. Being a professor of Aboriginal legends, I was wondering if you might be able to help me out with a specific myth.
Okay, detective. Shoot.
It's the Wendigo.
Ah, Wendigo. Interesting folklore from the Algonquian culture. The story goes, a hunting party go out in the winter, they get lost in a snowstorm, they get logged down, and one party member resorts to cannibalism and kills and eats all the members of his party before spring.
So he becomes a Wendigo because he ate people.
Well, not necessarily. A Wendigo is created by greed or extreme conditions such as hunger and cold.
So how would one go about killing this thing?
The most interesting way to kill it, in my view, is to cut its icy heart out and to throw it onto an open fire. But also, there's a third method. You can use a shaman and have a ceremony using some type of spell to kill it.
Okay, interesting. Maybe I'll just start with the first one and then perhaps work my way down the list.
Actually, this is all theoretical, detective.
Yeah, theoretical. Just one more question. Well, if people moved into cities and stopped going into forests, what would this creature eat?
I'd say the next logical thing would be the next food source.
So, animals.
Yes, meat is meat. Theoretically speaking, the Wendigo would have to be driven toward, in order to survive, it would have to eat meat.
Okay. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I know you have to get to class, but you've been a fantastic help, Professor Fontaine. You've given me a lot of leads. Thank you very much, sir.
Coffee must be fantastic here or something.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, what's up?
I need you to hear me out. What I'm about to tell you is certifiably crazy, but what I'm telling you is true.
Are you serious? What are you doing?
Listen, I found something. I found something nobody else is going to be able to figure out because it can't exist. But the facts fit.
Have you lost your mind?
Look, Alina's body wasn't just ripped up, it was shredded. What does that?
Wild dogs, coyotes, wolves. Grizzlies could have done this.
In the city, and nobody reported that in. There's been animals like that in the city for a year.
What have you got?
After doing some inquiries with some key people, I think what killed Alina and those other people was a Wendigo, or multiple Wendigos.
You have lost your mind.
If I'm right, there's going to be a lot of people dead.
And what if you're wrong? Have you thought about that? Huh? You'll be the laughing stock of the entire police force. Just after you get kicked off, you'll be checked into a mental institution. And that's nothing compared to what the chief's gonna say. After he finds out you personally looked into a case he told you specifically not to. You need to get help.
What I need is for you to believe that this is real and it's happening now.
Where is it?
Where's what?
Your flask.
I've not been drinking.
And why do you smell like alcohol?
I broke half a bottle this morning. Most of it spilled on my pants. I didn't have time to change. I grabbed a dishcloth, I ran out the door to look at some things, and you don't believe me.
This wouldn't be the first time you said you weren't drinking and you were on a bender.
Fine. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove everything.
Enough! That's it. Let it go.